New patch, regular update. In the middle of Dreamleague Season 25, they are dropping a patch. Explore Wandering Waters in the 7.38 gameplay update. Oh, they dropped it at night, 1:51 a.m. Explore Wandering Waters. So what do I see here? So the base looks a bit different, it's more blue here. But the bottom part here of the map, there's full of water, there's a river now. And it goes through, it doesn't go all the way through the mid lane where there's water always, but it stops here. And then it also stops on the dire side. So Radiant and Ancient, both sides of the maps. They have a pathway with the river, but only for the safe lane players and mid player. And for dire the same, safe lane players and mid player. They have the jungle and the safe and mid lane covered in water, partly. But the offlane players, they don't really have much. The offlane players and position 4 players, they are staying here. But as you can see, let's say I'm playing offlane on Radiant, position 3 or 4. Once I push the first tower, T1 tower, I can jungle here a bit in the water. Instead of just jungling here where there's no water. And same goes for the dire side. They can also jungle towards the mid lane. So once you take the T1 tower as dire offlane and position 4 player, you can play around the river and go to mid faster, or you just play more on the bottom side here. Interesting. So what are they writing? Much like the galactic water miners in the movie, and possibly the book Dune Part 2, Dota has always been the only game in any genre that believes water is the most valuable resource in both the Dune-verse and our universe, the universe. It's kind of crazy then that it's taken more than a decade for us to finally prove that bold claim by saying it out loud in print. In case you don't know what Dune is, it's a movie. Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2, you can watch it online, or maybe some cinemas still show it, or you buy the DVD or Blu-ray. And if that was all we did, it would be enough. But we didn't stop there. We have remade the river that runs through the Dota map. Yeah, we could see that. Not only is it wider, yeah, it's a lot wider. It's not just the mid lane and river connecting to the top and off lane. It's now also in the jungle, part of the jungle. Keep in mind the map is 30% bigger or 40% since 1 year or 2 or 1.5 years. But it didn't have water at the top and bottom sides. And it didn't have water in the jungle parts. Not only is it wider, its current can speed your movement. Its current can speed your movement. Oh, So if you walk here, you have more movement speed. That's very interesting. That changes a lot. Makes your maybe you don't need to use smoking. You can just go into the river and quickly rotate, just like in Fortnite, for example. They often also had river maps where you can use a boat on the river or some other items and be a lot faster. Conversely, the new rivers, new evolving amphibious creeps can drastically slow your movement by killing you. Oh, so we have new creeps in the river and jungle. They slow your movement, or it can even kill your hero or your team heroes. And if you have some gen enchantress, your neutral jungle creeps that you converted, well, so you have to be careful, cannot just move randomly. Maybe it's better to go there at night when the creeps are sleeping. I guess they are sleeping then. And at daytime you have to be careful that you don't get slowed. And that's not all. How about a new resource? Waterstone, you say. In retrospect that would have made sense. But it's actually called Madstone. And you can use it to craft your own unique neutral items. Uh-huh. This is interesting. Madstone. So what does this mean? When you destroy a jungle creep, kill a jungle creep, you don't get a tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 token, but instead you craft your own neutral item. How do I get the stone? Madstone, where do I get the... Which is crazy, so the name actually fits pretty well. We've also made some other map updates, replaced wisdom runes with much cooler wisdom shrines. No more wisdom runes, instead wisdom shrines. Okay, I'll have to see on the map where these shrines are. And made a bunch of quality of life changes and some other map updates. It's all too much to detail in one blog post, which means you'd be out of luck unless we made a page dedicated to describing all the stuff in great detail. Okay, I'll read it on the next video. But for now, we can see we have map updates. No more wisdom runes at minute 7, 14, 21 here close to the base. Instead, wisdom shrines, have to see where they are. Some quality of life changes. We have a Madstone, which lets us craft our own neutral items instead of choosing between 5 neutral items when you destroy some creeps at minute 7, 17, 27, 37, and so forth. Then we have the new amphibious creeps that slow our movement in the jungle. We have a huge map change with the river being changed. And what else? The river makes our movement faster. Yeah, so that's it for this